How do you avoid gastrointestinal distress, GI distress? We've all heard of a story of someone when they've had to jump into the bushes during a race, or they've struggled on the swim, something like this, or even on the bike. Now, certain things you can do in order to stop this, at least minimize it. The first thing is just to plan ahead. So never try anything on race day that you haven't already tried in training. So when you get to an event and that guy that's been there over and over again says, do this, do that, and you think, hang on, that could work, but you've not tried it in training, stick to the method that you have tried. Honestly, if this person's methods may work a little bit better, try them in training. Don't risk it, because training sessions, they're not going to be as important as race day. They're going to be important, don't get me wrong, but you can cut a session short if you need to. You don't want to be cutting your race day short and waste your 400 odd quid entry to an Ironman. Prepare as well. So when I say prepare, if you are going out for a long ride on a Sunday, don't go out and have a massive takeaway on a Saturday night. You're an adult, you can really regulate yourself and have a little bit of discipline. Have the takeaway on Sunday, or have the takeaway Thursday, or something like, with enough time to get it out of your system if you do have a reaction. A lot of people will react to certain food, and it can take from around 3 hours to around 3 days in order to stop that reaction and get it out of your system, get the bloat and get the actual stomach working optimally again. So prepare and be honest with yourself. Am I going to really ride as good as I can if I have that massive Indian on the Saturday night? We love to live our lives, but I would put that session, if you want to go out on a Saturday night, put that session on Saturday morning. Get a lot of carbohydrates in through the week. You see, again with this trend, which is a load of bollocks, when people go low carb all the time and high fat, first off, you're shooting yourself in the feet. Don't do it, okay? Have carbs throughout the week. Carbs bring around 3 grams worth of water per gram of carbs into the muscle as well. So essentially, they will make your body weigh a little bit more, but that weight is functional weight. You are going to be able to do more with this muscle. Now, the other thing with that is because you are more hydrated, your body's going to work more efficiently. It's not going to be so depleted and then be struggling to digest as much because it's already there in the muscles. When you're on race day and you are actually pushing your body to its limits, your body doesn't want to be digesting loads of food. If you're hot as well, it wants to cool yourself down. It wants to get that blood to the skin and away from the digestive system. So use foods during races, during long training sessions that are easy to digest. Sweets, gels and things like this, they're going to be things that are easy to digest as long as you are hydrated beforehand. Now, don't have as much fibre before race day. Have a little bit, but cut down on your veg and your fibre, just because you don't want to be so stuffed up on race day. You want to be feeling light and feeling ready to go as well. One trick I use as well is putting glutamine in with your drinks, because that helps with your body's uptake of carbohydrates from the stomach. A thing called osmosis, where basically you've got that water in there, you've got those carbs in your stomach, but they're not going to do any good in there. They're just going to be sloshing about, which no runner wants. Getting them from your stomach into the muscles where it can do good, chuck some glutamine in there, and it follows pretty much the same pathways to pull those carbohydrates and that water into places where it can be used. So glutamine is good in there. Another thing that some people do is have the water without the carbs, but mouth rinse. This is not great for long-term or long duration sessions, because you're not actually replenishing glycogen stores, you're just replenishing water and hydration. But it could be something to try on sessions about an hour, get some water in there and mouth rinse with carbohydrates. The last thing seems a bit detrimental, but don't aim to fully rehydrate. Okay, so if you are sweating 2 litres an hour on a really hot race and you go to replenish 2 litres worth of water, you're not going to feel comfortable. The aim is to rehydrate efficiently to the point where dehydration is not really detrimental. Okay, so You look after the race to actually, per kilo of body weight loss, have 1.5 litres roughly, but make sure during the race you are taking on board what you feel comfortable with, but are taking things on board.